Hey guys, welcome back to Just Jen Baking. Today I'm going to be making pumpkin scones with cinnamon chips and a cinnamon glaze. I'm very excited. So I have 2 cups of sifted flour. I'm going to be adding some sugar, some baking powder, some salt, and of course it wouldn't be fall baking without some spices, so we have cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger. I'm going to whisk all these together. Next, we're going to be cutting in some chilled butter. Now that our dry ingredients and our butter are all mixed, we're going to add together our wet ingredients. I have some pumpkin, of course. Now the recipe calls for half and half, but only 3 tablespoons. And I really didn't want to buy half and half just for 3 tablespoons, so I happen to have some coffee creamer, and it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavor, so I figure that goes well with pumpkin, and that's close enough to half and half. So we'll see what happens. See, you can make do with what you already have. Then, of course, some vanilla. That's more than I need. And an egg. I'm going to whisk those together. Try not to spill it everywhere. Ooh, that Cinnamon Toast Crunch creamer smells good! Oh, that'll be fun. So now we're going to fold this into our dry ingredients. Look at that, it smells so good. Yeah. Oh, oops. Whoops. Well, that's fine. Not that much. Now, for anyone who watches Schitt's Creek, folding something just means to stir it gently. David and Moira would have needed that information. As with any recipe with flour, you really want to avoid over-mixing it. It'll make it really dense, so hence folding. Now look at that. We're going to add in our cinnamon chips. And work those in. This just smells like fall heaven. Now we are going to empty out the dough onto a lightly floured surface. It is very wet, so we'll see how this goes. We're going to form it into about an 8-inch circle. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we will find out. Now I'm going to use a bench scraper actually to cut it into 8 equal portions. This is a really handy trick if you don't have a scone baking dish, which of course I do not, otherwise I'd be using that. But again, why spend the money on a single use item if you don't know how often you're going to make scones? So might as well try it this way first. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. It's very wet. I don't know. Alright. It's mildly triangle shaped. Sure. Cool. Oh boy. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not okay. That one's tiny. Huh. I don't know how well this is working. Oh boy. Okay. I'm putting this on a parchment lined baking tray. There. It's also marginally triangle shaped. There they are. They're not the prettiest things I've ever put in the oven. We'll see how it goes. They're going in the 425-degree oven for about 14 to 16 minutes, and they should be about golden brown when they're done. Okay, let's see how they look. Oh, look at them. Oh, they smell so good. Oh, we got a little bit of golden brown color. I think we're good to go. We're going to want to cool them on a wire rack. Look at that. Let's see how they look on the bottom. Oh, nice and golden brown on the bottom. This actually worked. How do you like that? Wow, they look good. While those cool, we're going to start making our glazes. We actually have two glazes this time. Once they're cool, we're going to do a plain powdered sugar glaze first, let that sit for a little bit, and then we're going to do a spiced glaze on top of that. Make sure they're super duper glazy. So we have some powdered sugar and some whole milk. And kind of whisk those together. And of course, if you don't like the consistency, just add a little either more milk if it's too dry or some powdered sugar if it's too wet. Easy as that. The scones have been in the fridge, so they are now cool. So I'm going to brush the first glaze on top. That looks delicious. While that glaze is firming up, I'm going to make the spiced glaze that's going on top. So once again, we have some powdered sugar, we have some whole milk. And this time, we also have some cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and ginger. And same thing, just whisk that around till it's a consistency that you're happy with. Now for this one, since it already has glaze on it, I'm not going to want to brush it on top. So I'm actually going to put it in a Ziploc bag, cut open the tip, and we'll drizzle it on top. Well, apparently I forgot to press record again. So what we're going to do is we just put our glaze in our bag, and we just went to town and added some glaze to them. I'll add more. I mean, that doesn't hurt anybody. You can add in a pretty pattern. Or some of these I just kind of covered with glaze because why not? Oh, he wants some extra glaze there. And there we go. They look good. So you're now going to want to let this glaze set for about an hour actually until you finally cut into one. Okay, it's time to try one of these amazing looking things. I don't even know which one I want to try. I'm going to go with this one because it's got a lot of glaze. Look at that. The glaze is now hardened. Well, that's dangerous. Sometimes scones can be really dry, but not this one. Oh man. I do wish my hot apple cider was ready and I could dunk this in there though, but this would go great with some coffee or just by itself. I don't know how long these are going to last. I might just eat them all today. Oh man. Look at that. This is everything I love about fall in one delectable dessert. Breakfast. Or snack. No matter what. That was good.